Alright, hey guys, it is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with a new type of segment that I'm trying to do now. Right, hey you guys, it is TsubakiSwagg and I'm coming to you with a new type of segment that I'm working on doing on my channel because I do get paid every 2 weeks. I'm going to start trying to buy at least 2 or 3 mangas or comic books and maybe even some animes coming up in the future, like I have been doing for the past month or so. I've been collecting some more animes and mangas, well, more mangas. So this is going to be Tsubaki-Chan's Manga Corner. Cha. Yeah, just don't worry about that one. But yeah, so today, since I got paid today, I got 2 new mangas and 1 comic book / graphic novel. So I'm gonna start off with the mangas for those of you who come here for manga and anime part of my channel. First up, I got this. This is Holic Re, or Rai, however you want to pronounce it. It is one of the first animes that I watched. Well, I watched Holic. This is the second part to the series, and I got book 1. And I like Holic. If you have not seen it or read it, go do it now, because Holic is very interesting. It's not necessarily like most of the run-of-the-mill animes and mangas that come out now. They're like kitty girl, well, not necessarily kitty girly, but girly girl, froofy mangas, or actiony, people cutting each other's heads off and fighting, all that kind of stuff. This is more like a supernatural level. So if you like sci-fi type stuff, then you would probably really like this series. So I suggest that you go read it or watch it. I highly suggest it because it's very good. And I believe there are about 25 episodes for the first part of Holic. So this I'm happy to add to my manga collection. Next in my manga collection, well, I guess you can consider this manga because it was in the manga section, but for those of you who have not read Maximum Ride, James Patterson came out with a manga version of the Maximum Ride books, and this is book 3 in the series, and it has Iggy on the front. I could not remember his name to save my life. But it has Iggy on the front, whom is the blind character in the group. And I fell in love with this series when I was in high school. I read all of the books when I was in high school because James Patterson is an amazing, amazing author. And the fact that he made manga versions of his books just blew me away because I was so in love with these books when I was younger. And I still can probably tell you everything that happened in all 6 or 7 of those books. And now there are 9 books in the series, and this will be my 3rd one to add, so I have about 6 more left to give. And if you have not read Maximum Ride, I also suggest that you go read this because Maximum Ride is a very good story. It's more also on the sci-fi side of things, but of course there is action and stuff too because they're lab runaways who can fly. And they're half human and half avian, which makes it even more awesome because they have wings and stuff, and they have not necessarily superpowers, but you catch my drift. So if you have not read Maximum Ride, I also suggest reading it because it's very, very interesting. It will keep your attention, in my personal opinion, but I think that's just me. And then the last thing that I got today, I was so freaking excited because I have been looking for the graphic novel of this, and if you have not seen the last picture that I just put up on my channel, I'll link that down below. As most of you probably know, I'm a Batman enthusiast. I love Batman. Batman is my favorite superhero of all time. So of course, the Joker is my favorite supervillain. And when I went into Barnes & Noble today, I almost orgasmed in my pants because they had the Killing Joke, and it's the deluxe edition. So I was so happy to see this. I was stroking it in Barnes & Noble. People were looking at me like I was crazy, but it's okay because it's mine now. So I've been looking for this for probably a month or so now, trying to find like a real one, because I looked on Amazon and I personally don't trust Amazon anymore, because I tried getting stuff off Amazon before and I never got it, so that was like a waste of money. So the fact that I found this in Barnes & Noble just made my day. I was so freaking ecstatic to see this in there. So I had to get it. I just had to get it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. I had to pick this up. And if you have not read The Killing Joke, then go read it now. There are plenty. There's like the audio series on YouTube. There's probably different websites that you can go and read this, but if you have not read it, go read it. This is pretty much like the backstory of Joker. As most people think, Joker is pretty much a undescribed character. Like, he is probably one of the few supervillains that nobody actually really knows what really happened to him and why. And this story, if I'm correct, is probably the most legitimate way or reason why Joker is the way he is, and what happened to him as to what made him the Joker. Because most people probably don't know why the Joker became who he was. They just knew him that he was a psychotic maniac who just liked the fun of killing people and liked just pretty much tormenting Batman. So if you have not read this story, go read it. I suggest it. It's awesome and it will make your day if you read it. This is probably the best comic book that I have ever read in my life, was The Killing Joke. So if you have not read it, go read it now. Like, you can stop watching my video and go read it now. It's just that awesome. But that is pretty much it for the 3 that I got today. I would love to hear from you guys, like, what kind of animes or mangas are you looking forward to adding to your collection? What have you added to your collection recently? Some suggestions for some animes or some mangas that you want me to look into getting and reviewing for you guys, and like just anything, because like I said, I love anime and manga, and I also love comic books, and I'm looking forward to adding some more comic books to my collection. This is one in the very many that are going to be added to my collection, because I plan on making my collection a lot bigger, because I love it. This is what I love to do. This is my hobby. So as always, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.